Alright guys, so how's it going? So, it's freaking smoky out. And, yeah, neighbor needs to mow his freaking lawn, but he's only mowed like a little bit today. Off topic, I guess. But anyways, I gotta take this tire up to the house tonight. Put it in the garage so we don't forget it when payday does finally decide to show up. But this tire is supposed to be for the Glencoe cultivator. And it is leaking, but it's just around the bead. And before I did put air to it and whatever else, it was leaking way worse than that. So what I did, is I knew it was leaking. It was leaking pretty bad. Now it's just kind of like a slow. It's leaking. Right where we see bubbles is right where it's all leaking there. But it's very small. But I know that when I did this before, it leaked out extremely quick. So, but the only thing that I did before putting air and soapy water to it is I ran the screwdriver, a flathead screwdriver, around the edge. Now this side of the tire was sitting in the dirt, so there's dirt and shit all crammed up in there. But I ran the screwdriver around there a little bit while it was flat still. And then I started putting air to it. Well, then it kind of started sealing up a little bit, but it's still leaking. But I think there's just some dirt shoved way in there. Because this tire is supposed to be for the Glencoe cultivator. This is pretty much the exact same tire. It's still a 15-inch tire. The only number that is different is, it's probably not on this side. If it is, it's probably at the bottom. Can't read it. So, but the first set of numbers on this tire were smaller than on the other tire. But everything else is the same though. It's just those first three numbers. They're a little bit they're a different number. But this looks like it's more like a pickup truck tire. So, whereas the other one, I don't think it was as aggressive looking. But this is actually probably the best tire I have. I had another one just like it. I think it was actually the exact same size. But the chainsaw got a hold of it. When I was cleaning up that old building over there that got hit by a tree, I was cutting the building up and I guess wasn't realizing that I was actually cutting through the tire. So fucked up that tire. It would have been a perfectly good tire too, but I fucked it up. So what are you gonna do? So I guess I thought I heard somebody walking around, but I guess not. So I think the plans is I'm going to dump the air out. I'm going to de-bead this side, clean it, I guess the best that I can, and then reinflate it again. I don't know. So, because I already checked the other side, and it was fine. It wasn't leaking. So I think this tire will be fine. I just gotta. The plans were hopefully to clean it up, because I got to make sure that the tire itself is still good, and then if it is, I will. I'm just gonna try to take it completely off this rim, because this rim won't fit on that cultivator. It's a different style of rim, so plans are just to take this tire off, and then we'll mount it on that other rim whenever I decide to take that off. So, but yeah, so there's not really much more you can do there, I guess, besides just take it apart now, because it's obviously not sealing. So, but yeah, I was kind of surprised at first because it's still pretty hard, but there's only about 30 pounds in there. I didn't put a whole hell of a lot in there because I knew it leaked. But I have to have something in it in order to find the leaks. So, as far as I can tell, it's just coming right out of the rim there. So it's the bead. Like I said, it's probably, since it's been in the dirt for so long and the tires probably was flat most of the time that it was sitting, it probably opened up a little bit, and then the earth was just starting to swallow the tire, and then dirt actually worked its way into the tire, so it kept it from getting a proper seal. So now the joys of de-beading this side, cleaning it, and then cleaning it to the best I guess that I can get it, and then seeing if I can remount it without hopefully not de-beading the other side. I don't really have to take it apart much. It's not even really the whole thing I got to take apart. I could just take apart just like the first half of it. Really is all I need to clean it. As long as I can get my fingers in there, I'm sure I could get like a screwdriver in there or something too to, you know, pick away at the bigger chunks. But the thing is I want to pressurize this tire, get it up to, I don't know, 30, 35 pounds, whatever. And then I'm going to have to make up more soapy water. I mean, I guess there's plenty in there, but the nozzle doesn't like it. And I got to get a different spray bottle, but I got to spray this whole entire tire down. Make sure it doesn't have a leak. And if it does have a leak, like in the tread, well then, I'll just have them put a patch over it and it'll be fine. So as long as I can fix this fucking problem, it should be okay. But that, on the other hand, this, I'm not going to play with it anymore because I need that going. So this is just for fun. And this is what I should have been practicing on before that, really. Because this is not a high priority thing. This is meant for the Glencoe cultivator when we do finally get it working again. So, but if I could at least get it off the rim, that'd be a start. Because I could just take the rim back to the farm. And then either keep the tire here in the shop, or I can take it and put it in the parts building. And it can just sit in there until we're ready for it. So, but, I don't know. It almost looks like it's starting to slow down, which is kind of weird. I don't know why it would be doing that. So, let's see here. Maybe if it just sits long enough, maybe a little. Come on. It's still. I know you guys ain't seeing anything. Just give me a minute here. Fucking bottle. Come on. Let's see here. I'm gonna You literally have to fill that with soapy water. And then, of course, your fucking spray bottle stops working halfway through it. Come on, you little bitch. But yeah, it's actually looking like it's actually slowing down, which is actually weird. I don't know, maybe if I just keep it inflated for a few days, maybe it would come back on its own. I mean, this tire has to relearn to be a tire again, and the rim has to relearn to be a rim again, so... And then those two have to learn to mate together again, so... But... It's still leaking. That big bubble there's the worst leak. And then you got another one over there. It's not as bad. Little one kind of there-ish. Wherever you see a big puddle of bubbles, that's where it's leaking. But the bigger they are, that's where it's leaking the worst. So I don't know. I think still taking it off the rim, even just that half of the rim, I think it's just that half. Because I did the other half of the tire too, and it's not doing a damn thing. So I think it's really just that area. Trying to fill this up with water. Soapy water, that is. Yeah, it's not leaking the rest of the half of the other half. It's just in literally the worst of it is in 3 spots, and then you have 2 3 bad spots and then 2 little bad spots. And then the rest of it's alright. So it's just that half of the tire that I really would just have to break the bead. Run my hands through it really well. Take a screwdriver to it. Dig out any clumps of dirt or whatever the hell's in it. I mean, hell, there could even be like a dead animal in there, like, you know, like a bee or even a fly, and it's fucking it up. So, or you could just leave it, let it sit overnight and see what it does, but I don't think it's going to fix itself. But I mean, it still feels pretty solid, all things considered, but it's a slow leak, but you can't have none. Because I don't want to have to put air in that every time I want to use it. So, but I know on the John Deere cultivator, we pulled that thing out of the weeds not many years ago, but quite a few years ago there, because we were using that on the gardens, because we needed something a little bit bigger. And all we had was used tires, and these were like, I don't know, I think one was a trailer tire, and then the other one was a truck tire. But they were pretty much the same size. But they were bald. There was no tread left on them at all. They were bald. They were literally bald. But they looked all right. So we put them on the rim, and they inflated them, and they've been holding air ever since. So even if they're bald, as long as they don't have cracks in them, they hold. And those tires were put on many years ago, and I think they're still holding. I haven't looked at that cultivator now in a couple of years, really, because I don't have the 1586, so there's really no sense. But I don't know. But yeah, I think that's the best thing to do. Is just take that part of the tire apart and clean it, and then reinstall it, reinflate it, and then just test it for soapy water. I want to make sure that it's just dirt and it's not like the actual tire itself. Because if there's chunks missing out of the tire, well, then it's never going to seal it right. The only way you're going to get that to do anything is you'd have to put a tube in it, which is still optional. So I'm not going to give up on this tire. It's a really good tire. So it's actually a little too nice for that cultivator, but the other one's got a nicer tire on it too. And then this is going to be its other nicer tire. So, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's almost like it's slowing down in some places. It's kind of weird. I don't know. I'll play with it a little bit more. I'll bring you guys back when I'm done dicking around with this. I'm going to, like I said, release the air. Get it flat and then de-bead it, at least half of that. Clean it, and then put it back together and see if we can see if we can get it to seal. And then what I'm going to do is, like I said, I'm going to inflate it again. I'm supposed to put 35 pounds in it, whatever, and then see how long that 35 pounds will stay in the tire. Because if it holds 35 pounds of air for, I mean, even just for a couple of months straight, you know, that's going to be all right. Yeah, also I'm still going to have to put air in it every year, but it really should only have to be once a year then. Put it in spring and should be fine until fall. So it's just almost like this tire's not even getting low on air. It's not. It's crazy. So I don't know. I don't know if this is going to work or not. This is going to take two hands, but let me see. This is the only thing that I have a gauge on it. So, yeah, it went down to 25 pounds now. So, it, you know, obviously it's leaking quite a bit. So it would go flat within just, you know, a day and a half or so. And I can't have that. So, but yeah. Like I said, we'll take it apart and we'll clean it with whatever and then reseal it and then put air in it. So, but yeah, let me get to that, guys. I'll bring you guys back and then we'll see if we fix it or not. Because obviously this was an epic fail. So maybe we can see if we can mess this up too. I don't know. So, but yeah. So I'll bring you guys back in a little bit here once I've, I guess, done whatever I think I can do to this. So yeah, see you guys in a little bit. All right, so was I able to get the tire off the rim? Not a chance in hell. I tried to fix the leak, and well, the more air you put in it, the more it leaks, which is what I noticed now. So you put 20 pounds in it, it leaks a little. And then if you put 35 pounds in it, then it leaks it out like crazy. So I was like, well, could I take the tire off the bead at least? So I could maybe try to take it off the rim. Nope. I even tried the old board and using your vehicle's weight to, you know, squash it down to break the bead. I can't even break the freaking bead. You can a little bit, but two things I noticed. The tire seems to reinflate itself. I have no clue why, because there's obviously no tube in it, because if it's leaking around the bead, you know. So, and then, of course, the tube could be bad too, if there was, but I kind of doubt it. So, considering it was a highway tire, I don't think you can really have tubes in a highway tire, but whatever. So, and then when I did do the board trick, it almost looks like the inside of the tire, like, it's like it's two tires in one, you know, and or even you could look at like the tube or whatever, like if there's a tube in it, it looks like it's like half of the inside of the inside of the tire had melted to the rim. I don't understand it. It's like, I don't know how the hell you'd ever get that thing off the bead. So, I think the only way I'm getting that fucker off the bead is it's going to have to go to the tire shop. They're going to have to use their machine, I think, to really get it off. If they even can, I don't know. If not, then they might have to try to find me another good used tire that's in that same size and doesn't have an issue like that. But that's not priority. It was just something to try as an experiment. I figured, you know, the you know, I figured, well, the board trick, you know, using the board and the weight of your vehicle, it would really make it come off, but it won't even. It reinflates itself. So it's literally like a Christine tire. You know how Christine always rebuilt herself after killing somebody, right? Well, that's an unkillable tire, I guess, apparently. So, can't take it off the bead. So, I've never seen that. But then again, that tire's been on there probably for centuries, so who knows. It does have cracks in it. You don't see that, but there are cracks in it. But I don't think that's going to matter, considering I have tires that are way worse than that, and they hold up fine. So that will have to be, I guess, whenever I don't have other problems going on, and I have some free money floating around just for that. So I won't be able to really test it. I mean, if they took it off the rim and they said, well, the sidewalls are complete junk, you know, like it's not going to ever seal, you have two choices. Obviously, you can put a tube in it or whatever, or just get another one, which I might just shove a tube in that. Because it doesn't have to be pretty for what I'm going to use it for. It doesn't have to be pretty. So, yeah. So, I don't know. It just, no matter, it wasn't coming off. Because I don't know, something about the inside of that tire, it just looks like it's like imploded and it melted itself to the rim. You know, like, it's insane. It was crazy to even see that. I was like, you watch guys on YouTube, right? You know, they're always breaking tires free, popping them off the bead, and they use their weight of their pickup truck and then, you know, like a heavy board or whatever, right? I figured, okay, I'll try that. See where that gets me without popping the tire on the Blazer, because I made sure there was no nails in that or anything crazy like that. So I'll have to inspect my tire though tomorrow or something, and more in the daylight. We're running out of daylight. It's already like what, 9:30. So, but yeah, that's never gonna come off by hand. I don't care what the hell you do. It'll have to come off with the machine, and then even if they can get it off, hopefully it'll be in good shape. So that's questionable. I did put I don't know if you noticed it or not, but yeah, the Farmall Ace tire is missing. I put that in the back of the Blazer because I'll take that to the shop first thing in the morning on payday, and then while I'm shopping and stuff, they can do what they got to do, and then I'll pick it up whenever. So, but I don't know. I've never seen such a stubborn tire in my life. I mean, the Farmall A did better than this, because that tire's been off before too. So, you know, they've already broke all the gunk and shit off of it, right? So, I don't know. I've never seen it. You know, of course, I've never really messed with that many tires in my lifetime, but this is probably literally my second tire I think I've ever messed with. No, I think I did it like many years ago as well. This is even, well, Big Red was never going to do it because Big Red wasn't heavy enough, so I had to use the pickup, and that was long before we had the Blazer. So I tried that trick before, but without the board, and it didn't work either. I don't know, I can't remember what tire that was for. I think it was for the John Deere cultivator, but I don't remember. So, but yeah, that tire's not coming off by hand. It's gonna have to be. You're gonna have to use a machine for it. Even with the tire tools that I have, it's not gonna do it. If there's something wrong with the tire internally, for some reason it's stuck to the rim, and you can't get it off. So it's like, what do you do there, you know? So, but yeah. Oh, I forgot to put the center back in my I'll have to do that, I guess. So, forgot to put the center of the doohickey back in the valve stem, so, because I don't want to lose that, and it's still a good valve stem, so I'll have to do that before I leave. So, and that's right there, conveniently. All right, so yeah, I don't know. That was also an epic fail, but the tire is just so damn stubborn. I don't know. You know, I think that, like I said, I think the tire is fine. I think it would seal just fine. It's just, you know, there's just so much dirt and gunk in there that you would have to debead it in order to really clean it, that's what I was trying to do, but it wasn't working. I just couldn't get it to freaking debead. And then I figured, well, maybe if I crack it open just enough with my hand, I could maybe run a screwdriver in there and pull some junk out, which you can, but I think it's a much deeper problem. So, I don't know. So, all you could really do is take the other tire off the cultivator and take this tire and that tire to the shop and then see if they can do it, which I'm sure they could. And then if they can't get it to seal when it's on a completely different rim, well, then you know the tire is just kind of junky. But, you know, I just put a freaking tube in it and then be done with it. So, that's really all there is to it. If they can even get it off the damn rim, I don't know. To me, it looks like it's sucked into the rim, which would make no sense at all. But that's what it looks like when I had the board crushing part of it. You literally could see a chunk of the tire. You know, like you're squatting the tire now, but you also had another part of the tire that was still stuck to the rim. I was like, that is some stuck-on tire there. It's like, holy shit, that's not coming off without a freaking... I don't know, a tank? Jesus Christ, I don't think you're ever going to get it off. So, and if they don't get it off, well, I guess it's no big deal. I mean, I think they can, but I mean, if they can't, for whatever reasons, I'm sure they can find me a 15-inch tire. I don't even care what it is. Hell, it could even be a freaking military tire. I'm not going to really care. So, as long as it fits that rim, you know, and seals good, well, then I'm not going to care what it looks like. So, I don't know, it's crazy though. It's absolutely insane. I went through all that trouble for nothing, but you learned a little bit more, I guess, that tire is a stubborn old mule and it ain't coming off without a fight. So, and that's a fight I'm never going to win. Maybe the tire guys can do it. But if not, well, then it's going to be whatever. So, I don't know. It's interesting. So, but whatever. What are you going to do? So, like I said, I don't understand too why it reinflates itself, because you can hear it, like whenever you're doing something to it, you can hear air coming out, and then when you let go of it, then the tire sucks air back in it, and then basically reflates itself again and puts it back on the bead again. It's like I don't know. Like, that's why I was saying this is the Christine tire, you know, because it's not coming off. It literally is it's reinflating itself again. It's not obviously 40 psi, but it's enough to keep it on the bead or something. Something's fucked up with it. So that's what we're gonna nickname this tire, Christine. So I guess say hello to Christine the tire, because she's a bitch not coming off. So I don't know. I've never seen nothing like it. So I guess you guys can let me know if you've ever had a tire reinflate itself, I guess. Because, I mean, I had the valve center thing out, so it's not like it's going to build up with pressure. It's going to be able to release that pressure no matter what, either going in or going out. But it's like, You put the weight on it, you're pushing air out, and then you take the weight off, then it re-sucks the air back in. That's what Christine does too when she destroys somebody and she, destroys herself. Well, she can rebuild herself. So this tire must have come off of Christine at one time, because this is just ridiculous. That's why I'm calling it Christine the tire, because that must have been on Christine at one point, because that fucker's not coming off, not without a fight. And it's a fight I'm not going to win. They'll have to go to the tire shop, and they'll have to do their magic. So, but I guess, guys, I'm going to take off. I just want to at least try that, see where we'd get with that, but that's a no-go. So, but it's not priority. This can be done even in the middle of winter. I mean, I'm not going to get the other tire taken off anytime soon, but if I wanted to, I could. Just put it up on some concrete blocks or whatever, and it could just sit like that over winter. And then whenever I have the funds, do good old swap-a-rooney there, and there you go. So, put her back on, and she'd be one step closer to being done. Of course, then next would be hydraulic hoses. Imagine they're going to be expensive as shit. So, yeah. And you have to have two of them. So, then after that, she'd be good to go. Then you could, if the 1586 was running, well, then you'd be able to hook up to it. And then I gotta get more ends. These kind of international ends. I gotta get more of those. I could take those off, but I'm not going to. I want those on there. So, plus I gotta get new hoses made up, right? So, it'll just be easier to order 2 new ends, and then there you go. So, but yeah, anyways, guys, I guess I'm going to take off. Just wanted to give you guys not really so much of an update. I guess really just can we take a junky tire off a junky rim? Not a chance in hell. Not a chance in hell. It's just Christine the tire, I guess. I don't know. So, stubborn mule, but we'll break her spirit, I guess, one of these days. Whenever we have no more fucking projects, then that'll become a project. So, I'm not even sure how much longer I want to keep it here in the shop, because it's been in here for like 2 years now. I haven't done shit with it, but I feel like if I put it in the parts building, well, then I'll just completely forget about it. At least here I'm kind of always being reminded about it, but I don't know. It's not priority, like I said, so. But I figured if I could de-bead it, maybe I'd have a chance of at least getting it off the rim. Then I could throw the rim back at the farm and then just keep the tire here, or even just put the tire in the parts building and be done with it. So, and then whatever, go get the other tire, de-bead that fucker, and just do the swap-a-roonies, I guess, really, but she ain't coming off. I bet you that one that's on there now, on the colorator, that'll come off because it blew up. There's literally a big old hole in it. So I imagine that would come off the rim real easy. So, but until then, I don't know. So, what do you do? But yeah, anyways, guys, I'm going to take off. So I guess I have a good day and stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Take her easy.